Hey everyone, thanks for coming back for this week's quick tip. Actually, when I think about it, this could be tips, plural, considering what I want to talk about. You never know. Hopefully you'll get a few tips out of this. What I want to talk about today, convection ovens. Do you have one? Do you have a convection oven function on your oven? Somewhere in the top over there where it says bake and roast, and it might say convect, and then the word bake, or convect roast, or you might have both buttons, which is really cool. I have just the one, the convection bake. Don't use it all the time, but sometimes I do. And I think it is a fantastic function to have on an oven. Let me tell you, working in kitchens all over, in professional kitchens, we love convection ovens for multiple reasons that I wanted to go over, especially for those of you who might have that button and don't use it because you don't know what it is, or you don't know how to use it, or you've tried it before and it didn't work out. So here's what I want to say. Whew. First and foremost, convection ovens are great because they will help you cook faster. When you hit the convection oven button, the fan in the back of your oven starts to spin, and as the oven is heating up, that fan is dispersing the heat throughout the oven evenly. There'll be no hot spots. If you just turn your oven on and place things in there in different spots, you'll notice that items will cook faster in different parts of your oven because ovens are hotter in different areas depending on where the heating element is. Just makes sense. But when you turn convection on and that fan starts spinning and the air starts getting dispersed all over, it creates even heat throughout. What's not to love? There are times that you should use it and times that you shouldn't. So you definitely want to pay attention to the recipes that you're using. See if it calls for it. See if it specifically tells you to avoid it. And when it tells you to avoid it, please follow the recipe. I've said that 100 zillion times. Follow the recipe and avoid it if it says to. If it doesn't, there's time to play and experiment. Again, times you shouldn't use it, so you really want to be on the lookout. For example, when you're baking a cake, unless you really know what you're doing, I for one do not. I have never tried baking a cake under convection, because what happens is it will cause the outside to crisp up faster than the inside will cook. So if you don't know what you're doing, I would avoid that one. At the same time, when you're baking cookies, convection oven has been known to make the perfect cookie because you get a nice crispy outside and a nice rounded fluffy look with a nice soft chewy center. So hey, if you're like me and you love fresh cookies out of the oven and they're nice and crispy when you bite them but soft and gooey in the middle, that's great. And you will get that with a convection oven. When you're cooking meats, a turkey, for example, you cook a turkey on a convection oven and you're going to get that nice, beautiful, brown, crispy exterior, and it sears in all the juices on the inside, so it's nice and moist and juicy in the middle and crispy and golden on the outside. That's what comes from convection. And here's why. As I said, the heat is being evenly dispersed. So everything is moving. At the same time, the heat inside the oven dries out. So it's very dry in the oven when convection's on. That will cause sugars to caramelize faster. That will cause the temperature in the oven to go up higher. So when you set your oven at 350 degrees and you have it set on convection, you're really cooking closer to 375 because it just gets hotter because the heat is moving. So what does that mean? You can knock off 25% of the time that you were to take cooking because it's going to cook faster. So it's definitely something to pay attention to, but it's also a time saver. Isn't that great? It's a great function. You need to practice with it. So the tip for this week, and or tips for this week, is if you have the convection function on your oven, give it a shot. Not universally. Look up what it is you want to cook and make sure that you could use the convection function. Like I said, I would avoid baking things like cakes. Recipes that have a lot of density to them, you can definitely use your convection function. But things that you want to keep light and fluffy, I would avoid unless you practice. And therein is the tip. Practice. Give it a shot. Don't be afraid of it. Remember, convection ovens circulate the heat throughout, so you get a really even temperature degree inside your oven, an even disbursement of heat, so you avoid hot spots, so you can cook multiple things in the oven at the same time that all require the same temperature. It's dried out in there, which means that sugar will caramelize faster when you're roasting. Meat gets a nice crispy sear on the outside. Cookies get that crispy outside with that chewy, gooey inside, which is awesome. It'll save you energy and time. And that's it. That's all I wanted to say. If you have that function on your oven, and my bet is that you probably do, if you have not tried it, please do so, because it's fun cooking with convection. It's faster with cooking with convection. And you'd be shocked at the end result you get on a lot of items that you didn't expect. That nice, crispy, caramelized exterior with all the juice and moisture saved on the inside. So great. Give it a try if you haven't done so. I look forward to seeing you all in a few days. Going to be a fun weekend of cooking here. So if you have not done so yet, please subscribe to this channel. We're getting ready to change things up, bring in people, cook in different areas. Going to do a little traveling, check out some other kitchens. It's just going to get even more fun than it already has been. So please, if you haven't done so, subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up, and tune in this weekend for some more cooking fun. Take care, folks. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.